Peace, family. Y'all know who it is. It's Dr. Bakari K. Lumumba of LumumbaSpeaks.com back with today's Black History Fact. And today's Black History Fact took place 98 years ago, in which Coretta Scott King was born on April 27, 1927. King was an African-American author, activist, and civil rights leader who was the wife of Martin Luther King Jr. from 1953 until his assassination in 1968. As an advocate for African-American equality, she was a leader for the civil rights movement in the 1960s. King was also a singer who often incorporated music into her civil rights work. King met her husband while attending graduate school in Boston. They both became increasingly active in the American civil rights movement. King played a prominent role in the years after her husband's assassination in 1968, when she took on the leadership of the struggle for racial equality herself and became active in the women's movement. King founded the King Center and sought to make his birthday a national holiday. She finally succeeded when Ronald Reagan signed legislation which established Martin Luther King Jr. Day on November 2nd, 1983. She later broadened her scope to include both advocacy for LGBTQ rights and opposition to apartheid. King became friends with many politicians before and after her husband's death, including John F. Kennedy, Lyndon B. Johnson, and Robert F. Kennedy. Her telephone conversations with John F. Kennedy during the 1960 presidential election has been credited by historians for mobilizing African-American voters. In August 2005, King suffered a stroke, which paralyzed her right side and left her unable to speak. 5 months later, she transitioned to the realm of the ancestors due to respiratory failure due to complications from ovarian cancer. Her funeral was attended by some 10,000 people, including U.S. Presidents George W. Bush, Bill Clinton, George H.W. Bush, and Jimmy Carter. She was temporarily buried on the grounds of the King Center until being interred next to her husband. She was inducted into the Alabama Women's Hall of Fame, the National Women's Hall of Fame, and was the first African-American to lie in state at the Georgia State Capitol. King has been referred to as the First Lady of the Civil Rights Movement. Until next time, family, y'all know what to do. Always bet on Black. Peace.